on Daytime Buffalo, we're getting a sneak peek at the latest musical coming to Shays 710 that's criminally a fun time. And Revolution Buffalo is celebrating Pride Month with their annual Pride Ride, and we have details on how you can get involved. It's all coming up right now on Daytime Buffalo. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to Daytime Buffalo. I'm your host, Chelsea Lavelle. Well, Legally Blonde is an award-winning musical based on the movie and is on its way to Shays this spring. Joining us now with more details is Kelly and Gretchen. Thanks so much for coming in today, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. So tell us about the show, Legally Blonde, and what we can expect from this musical.
So Legally Blonde, as many people may know, was originally a movie starring Reese Witherspoon, and then became a Broadway musical in 2007, I believe. It follows the story and the journey of Elle Woods. She is a sorority girl from Malibu who is following her true love to Harvard Law School. So you hear all about her journey and the struggles she finds along the way.
And the friends she makes
along the way.
Yes. Let's talk about each of your roles in this production.
You should go first.
So I'm Gretchen. I play Elle Woods. As I said, Elle Woods is a sorority girl from Malibu chasing her love to Harvard. You kind of see her at the top of the show, at the top of her world, and then it all comes crumbling down. But it's all about empowerment and finding yourself and staying true to yourself along the way.
Yeah, Gretchen is hands down the star of the show. She never stops moving. She's amazing. I play Paulette. She is a hairdresser. I love Paulette too. She's a little crazy. She's a little rough around the edges, but she has a heart of gold and becomes fast friends with Elle and kind of like carried along on her wild ride to finding out who she really is.
Will there be some bending and snapping?
There will be so much.
Okay, I'm excited. Alrighty, tell us about more of the characters in the show and each of their relationships and how they kind of connect.
So, I mean, as we said, Elle is really the focus of the show, and everyone in the show plays a huge part in her finding out who she is, right? Like, we meet her at the top of the show. She knows who she is, or so she thinks. She gets dealt kind of a weird hand by fate, and instead of, curling up and crying about it, she decides to take things into her own hands. And as she goes to Harvard, she meets all of these different characters. I don't think we want to tell you about any of them because we want you to come and see it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what about the music in the show? Because that is something that obviously we didn't get in the movie. This has turned into a musical, so what can we expect for the music?
It is very high energy pop music. You'll be dancing along in your seats for sure. But there's also some beautiful ballads as well that really get to showcase the emotional aspects of the show.
Yeah. What is it like for you guys stepping into iconic roles like these? I mean, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Coolidge made these roles what they are, and now you get to come and bring it to a stage setting, first of all, and take a new twist on it.
Yeah, it's always exciting and intimidating to play a role that was originated by, like, an icon of the screen, but the nice thing about the musical is they've taken so much of who those characters are and then left you room to do something different, right? The Elle Woods you're going to meet in the show is not exactly the Elle Woods that Reese Witherspoon gave us, right? The Paulette is not exactly the Jennifer Coolidge. So the writers really gave you some room to play and make it your own, which honestly is the joy of doing any theater, right? You get the script, and then what makes it special is what you personally bring to it,
right? Yeah.
Absolutely, I completely agree. I like finding little bits of myself in Elle that when first seeing the movie or watching the musical. I used to watch the musical on MTV when it came out.
On like all the time. Every time it was on.
All the time.
Yeah.
And it's a role that I really never envisioned for myself. And the first time we did this in 2023, which I think maybe we'll talk about in a bit, I was shocked that it was a role I was being considered for. But then as we started the process, I was like, oh, I see myself in this character so much. And so it's great to find those nuggets of yourself.
What do you find? Where are the overlaps between you and Elle?
Yeah, Gretchen,
good question. I think there's a sense of maturity that I think I bring to the role, and maybe it's not something that I have seen in the Elle Woods before. I'm also finding, the determination to follow your dreams and be true to yourself. I think that's something that I believe and hope to emulate as well in my life. And just loyalty to friends and loved ones. And just being a good friend to people.
I love it.
I'll help you with this one as well. So, I mean, Elle is magnetic,
Yes.
right? Elle is charisma. Elle is, everyone she meets is like, even if it takes them a while sometimes in the show, like, they want to be friends with her. She inspires people around her, and I think, I have never done a show with you before. So it's been exciting to see the way that like Gretchen leads this company. She is reliable, she is consistent, she's running around like crazy, and she still has time to be kind to everyone and has a nice word for everybody. So there's some more overlap for you.
That's so sweet. Okay, we're so excited. We want to see this. This show is being produced by MusicalFare Theater, but presented at Shea 710. How long is the show running, and how can people get tickets?
So we have 2 more weekends. We're running until May 18th, and tickets are going very, very fast. So if you're hoping to come and join us, you should head over to shays.org right away.
Right away. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming in. Good luck with the rest of the run of the show. And viewers, you can see the remaining show times for Legally Blonde and get your tickets today by visiting shays.org/710theater. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea.